Hey everyone, welcome to my show, A Taste with Tamara Lee. I am Tamara Lee, I am your host. I'm a 52-year-old model, actress, and content creator, but I love to cook. I love to create recipes in my kitchen that are healthy, nutritious, delicious, easy to make, and easy on the pocketbook. Are you interested? Let's get cooking. Well, on today's episode, we are going to get a little spicy and a little sweet with some honey sriracha meatballs. Are you ready? Let's get cooking. You will need 1 pound of lean ground turkey, a half of a cup of breadcrumbs, a quarter of a cup of chopped green onions, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. For the sauce, you're going to need 1/4 of a cup of sriracha sauce, 3 tablespoons of reduced sodium soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, half a teaspoon of sesame oil. All right, on today's episode, we're going to make these beautiful honey sriracha meatballs. I'm so excited for these. These are perfect for dinner, for lunch, over cauliflower rice, or even just on the side with a side salad. And the first thing we're going to need to is make these meatballs. So of course we're going to be using some 99 fat-free turkey. And of course, one thing about lean ground turkey is it's lean. So we don't want to overwork this. So we're going to add everything else to our bowl first. So we're going to start with 1 egg. And we're going to throw 1 egg in there. And then we're going to throw our breadcrumbs. Now, with breadcrumbs also, too, one thing that I love to do is I like to take fresh bread and just pulsate it up instead of using a panko crumb or a stale bread. Again, it's just adding a little bit of moisture to those turkey meatballs so they don't taste so dry. And we're going to add some garlic. And of course, Tamara always measures with love. We're going to throw that in there. And then we are going to take some of our green onions and we are going to chop this up, just about 1/4 of a cup of green onions in here. Our handy dandy knife here. Just chop these up fairly fine. This adds nice flavor and a little bit of color and texture to those meatballs. Two looks to be about 1/4 of a cup. So we're going to throw that in there. And we're going to whisk all of this together first before we actually add that lean ground turkey in there. You don't want to handle lean meats too much. All right, now let us slice open our package. And we're going to put that in there. Now's the time we get to get our hands dirty and play with our food a little bit. There we go. Again, we don't want to overmix. Our ingredients are already mixed in there. We're just incorporating that all the way into our lean ground turkey. There we go. Now let's grab our cookie sheet and let's put these meatballs together. We have our cookie sheet ready and we're going to line these with some parchment paper. You could put these directly onto your cookie sheet if you like, but I'd like to use parchment paper because it's a little bit less of a mess of cleanup afterwards. And of course, the handy dandy tip, if you want to have your parchment paper lay flat, give it a little bit of a scrunch and put it on there. And we're going to just take these meatballs and we're going to make them into just about 1 tablespoon. Now you can make these whatever size you like. I like to make them a little bit smaller. They cook a little bit faster when you make them smaller. So about 1 tablespoon, little increments here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we don't want to overmix our dough, and that even comes to when we're forming these meatballs too. So just enough until they're put together. Our meatballs on our cooking sheet ready to go. And we're going to pop these bad boys into the oven at 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. If your meatballs are on the smaller side like mine, it's going to be closer to 20 minutes. If you made them a little bit larger, it's going to be 25. So let's put these in. All right, so our meatballs are cooking in the oven now. It is time to make the honey sriracha sauce to go along with it. So we have a pot ready to go here, and then we are going to throw 3 tablespoons of this wine vinegar on here. 3. And then we're going to take some reduced sodium soy sauce. You can also use coconut aminos if you are, if you're looking for gluten-free, you can use coconut aminos as well. So we're going to put 3 in here. And next we're going to add some honey. And of course, a handy dandy trick when you are putting something sticky on a measuring spoon and you want it to come out easily, spray it with cooking spray ahead of time. And then your honey will slide right off of there. There's 1. See if this slides right off. And 2. And 3. Honey is not a slow-moving ingredient for sure. On there. And now we are going to add our minced ginger. Again, if you didn't have any fresh ginger, you could use powder as well. And now we are going to take Tamara's favorite condiment, garlic. And we are going to throw a good hefty teaspoon on there. And next we're going to add a teaspoon of sesame oil. Sesame oil gives it a really nice, unique flavor. Adds a lot of depth to that sauce. And last but not least, we can't have a honey sriracha sauce without sriracha. Now, this recipe calls for 1/4 cup, but if you are not a spice lover, you can certainly reduce the amount of sriracha in here, or you can add a little bit more honey for your taste as well. So we're going to add that in there. We're going to get a spoon. We are going to mix this together, and we're just going to let this simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, our 20 minutes is up and these meatballs are ready to go. And Donte, how do they smell?
Well, amazing.
There we go, right here. So now we're going to put these up here and we are going to toss them in the sauce. All right, our sauce is ready to go here too, and we are just going to place our meatballs right in here and we're going to toss them in that sauce. And then Donte, we know what comes next after we get ready, right?
Yep. Tamara's taste.
Tamara's favorite part of the show. It is Tamara's taste test. Get these all in here. Grab my spoon, and we're going to just make sure we get all of these meatballs coated in this delicious, delicious sauce. Now, folks, as you can see, this is not a thick, thick sauce. It's not meant to be, but if you wanted your sauce to be a little bit thicker, when you put it on the stovetop, you can add about 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and that'll thicken it up for you. All right, let's get to tasting. Casey's excited about what is to come next, and that is Tamara's taste test. So our meatballs are on my plate here. Now you can serve this with, like I said before, cauliflower rice, maybe some regular rice, or just a side salad. I'm going to top mine with a little bit of green onion there, just to give it a little bit more flavor and color. And oh, these smell so good, so good. I'm gonna dip that in the sauce and that is so delicious. The perfect combination of sweet and spicy. My goodness, you're gonna want to try that one. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of A Taste with Tamara Lee. I hope that you will like, subscribe, and follow my videos here. New videos weekly. And thank you so much for being here. Until next time, stay blessed, everyone.